Chief Madera Arredondo of the Minneapolis Police Department. Here today on behalf of all of our Unified Command Operation Safety Net leaders, we are again pleased to provide this weekly update of information regarding the trial and certainly our continued security preparations as it relates to the trial. Again, Operation Safety Net, our Unified Command is focused on two main pillars. The first, of course, being the First Amendment protection of free speech and peaceful assembly. And so we continue to thank all of those who have been exercising their First Amendment rights here as it relates to the trial. We appreciate the civic participation and doing that very peacefully. Our Unified Command, as of today, we have no reports of any arrests related to the trial itself, no reports of any property damage or destruction, and again, we're just very pleased that those groups who are coming out to demonstrate or assemble are doing so peacefully. With that, I want to now provide some updates from our Unified Command leadership, and I'd like to bring up Chief Deputy Tracy Martin of the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Martin from Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. So the demonstrations so far in and around the Government Center in Minneapolis have been very peaceful and lawful. We commend everyone who has come down to the Government Center to voice their concerns. Demonstrations have been, again, extremely respectful. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office oversees court security. The court proceedings from a security standpoint have been going very smoothly. I'm confident that together we can ensure the proceedings continue to take place with little to no disruption. We're asking that everyone remains patient with the court process and peaceful with their demonstrations and protesting. Those are two of the most powerful and profound messages demonstrators can send. We're asking everyone each week to let our deputies do their jobs so the court can do theirs. As law enforcement, we are committed to protecting the First Amendment right to protest. One of our objectives has been and will continue to be the ability to create a safe environment for peaceful demonstrations. One important reminder that we want everyone to please heed is that we know more and more people are getting vaccinated for COVID-19, but if you are coming down to the campus, Government Center campus, please remember, mask up and please maintain social distance. Thank you. Next, I'm gonna turn it over to Colonel Langer from the State Patrol.
Thanks, Chief Martin. My name is Matt Langer. I have the honor and privilege of serving as Chief of the Minnesota State Patrol. I have just two brief messages today. The first is optimistic and admittedly repetitive. We're thankful for the peaceful protests that have occurred and ask for continued support from all of those who are encouraging the same types of protests to continue in the future. The next is, as the trial progresses, we want people to know that they can expect to see increased proactive staffing levels from the various public safety entities that have come together to meet the two goals of first, encouraging the peaceful assembly of people coming to voice their opinions, and second, to prevent criminal activity. And with that, I'll introduce the Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety of the state of Minnesota, John Harrington.
Good afternoon. I'm John Harrington, Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety. I want to say first and foremost that as we continue to monitor for intelligence activity or information about violent protests or attacks on the government center, there are no imminent credible threats that we are monitoring or have seen about either the court process itself, downtown Minneapolis, or the Twin Cities area, which is quite gratifying as part of our continued ongoing planning. The second thing I want to say is how welcoming the community has been to having these conversations about our plan, about Operation Safety Net and about the East Metro response. In the last few weeks, I've met with ministers from all over the Twin Cities area. I've met with businessmen from both downtown Minneapolis and from Grocers Association and a variety of other business associations. I've met with school teachers and school superintendents who are getting their children ready to understand what both the trial is about and also what their First Amendment rights are about. And in each and every one of those conversations, we have emphasized both First Amendment protections that we as public safety are absolutely committed to providing, and also our commitment to hold people accountable if they do violate the law by breaking other people's property or hurting other people. The response has been very, very gratifying. I think it's reinforced by the sights that you've seen of the protests that we have had, which have been peaceful and have been lawful and have not been destructive. We are going to continue working together, and as Colonel Langer has mentioned, as the trial actually gets underway, jury selection being almost over, you can expect to see some increases in proactive presence, but it will not be a dramatic increase. We are basing our operation on information and on intelligence. And at this time, there is no information or intelligence would justify a major increase in our posture. We remain ready to respond, and we are committed to preventing bad things from happening.